Hi friends, it's Julia. I'm here to share my June 2019 Counterfeit Kit Challenge kit. This month's kit is based on the Hip Kit May 2019 kit. I don't remember if it had a name. Anyway, I went through my stash and I was going to pull individual papers for this kit, but I just came across this kit, this paper pack that I just recently purchased, and it had a lot of the same colors, the same feel, the blues, the pinks, the teals, and I thought, why not use it? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull this in and I'm going to use this. This is a Chamel pattern paper pack by American Crafts, and it's called Little by Little. Originally there were 48 pieces of paper in here, and if you guys have been watching, you know when I get a paper pad I always split it with my sister. Lots of great colors in this. There's no, it could be kind of themey if you consider it's got some animals in it, owls and bunnies, a bear. Yeah, so it has some themey type stuff, but overall I don't think it's very themey. I think it's just a really good paper pack that has a lot of color combinations that will make it easy to pull most any photo in. And so I'll show you. A cut apart sheet with a raccoon, a bunny, a lion, a bear, and a fox, with some other randoms. A whole page of cameras, which I can fussy cut or I can just use bits and pieces of this paper throughout. Color blocked piece of paper, which is really pretty. I love that color block feel because it automatically sets up a mat for you. You know, you've already got a place, not that this is the photo that I'm going to use, but say you want to put your photo here, or you want to put your photo over here, or if you turn the paper around, putting your photo here or putting your photo here. It's already, you know, set up for you that you can put your photo in a certain spot, you can put your embellishments, you can put your title. It's already set up for you to make it easy. Another cut apart sheet, really pretty. And because this is a paper pack, it's got the hole in the top, but I still feel like I'm going to be able to cut some of that off and use some of those. This is probably my favorite piece of paper. I love the colors in this. Anything that has yellow, I'm gonna love. You put yellow and pink and teal, I'm gonna love it. There's just no argument there. I'm gonna love it. Another cut apart sheet, or this can be used as, again, another sheet that you can use as a background. So say my photo is here, or if I want to put it here, or here, or here, or if I want to do it like that, I can use other bits and pieces of paper throughout to give it a look or a feel, however I want to. Oh, this feather paper. This is so very pretty. And I can see cutting this up and using bits and pieces of this one on a multitude of layouts. This one with trees. Love that. This one with owls. That is so pretty. I could actually see fussy cutting a few of those. And look at that border strip with those pretty owls up there. So pretty. And these hearts, two-tone hearts, I love that. There's a pattern on one side and solid on the other. Upside down and right side up. I can cut them out in strips, or I can use it as a background or bits and pieces. Another really cute paper with all the animals. The bear, the raccoon, the bunny, the owl, the fox. Yeah, with floral elements as well. This one, just the alphabet. You know, all of these super large letters, and I can see using this for a background. This is my other piece of paper that I think is my favorite. But then I love anything floral. This one is another cut apart sheet. This one, 3 cut aparts so far. This one with this geometric feel to it, not my favorite, but I can see using it as a background piece and making it work. Floral with a striped and polka dot background. Love these cute little raindrops. Tons of raindrops. all these large words. These words can be cut apart. or again as a background. Like if you wanted to put your photo here to make this your title, somehow or another make this word, you know, put some washi tape along the bottom and maybe a cluster here to kind of take away from these phrases here, and have friendship and good and heart and love where they take precedent, to make it, those are the words that you want identified, but this one would be your central word. So you'd want to put some washi tape or something under it to make it that way. Or if you wanted happiness to be your title, or joy to be your title, or dream, or, you know, comfort, however you want to set it up, you can. That's the beauty of a sheet of paper like that. There's so many options to using it. Love this piece of paper too, all these circles. That is so pretty. Cloud piece of paper, and I love that the clouds aren't standard clouds. I mean, colored like clouds. There's blue and green and purple and beige. I mean, I love that. Another floral, that is so pretty. Stars with multicolored stars. Oh, love this. It's a wood grain with a rainbow pattern across the front. This circle with a color blocking going around in a circle. And so that's it as far as the pattern papers. Now, the original kit, the inspiration kit, called for 2 sheets of, I think, 4 or 6 different cardstocks. So I added in, let me flip this over so you can see the front and see why I pulled in what I pulled in. I just go through and I look at the colors in the backgrounds and see, okay, will this one work? I think so. This can be a backer sheet. If I want to use pattern paper as a background piece, then I can use this to kind of map that. So I had just taken this watercolor paper pack apart, and it was from Recollections, I believe. And so I had these 2 pieces of paper that I thought really pulled in the feel of both the pink and the blue. So I pulled those in. I pulled in a couple of sheets of pink pattern paper cardstock. And then I pulled in a couple more sheets of the watercolor paper. This one goes between the yellow, the golden yellow, all the way through pink, and I think you can get the feel of it. It matches quite a bit, and there are 2 sheets of that. They're not exactly the same, but they're pretty close. I pulled in 4 sheets of white, and I won't limit myself. If I feel like I need more white, then I'll pull it in. And this is close to my heart white. They're smooth white cardstock. I like it the best. And then a couple of sheets of purple, just 'cause. And then because some of the embellishments, at least one of the embellishment packs has some holographic features, I pulled in these 3 sheets of holograph paper, and they're really thin. They're and I think they're adhesive to go onto other projects. But there's blue, purple, and silver. So I pulled those in. Let me get those out of the way of the camera so they don't create such a horrific glare. So that's it as far as paper goes. Now, as far as embellishments and such, etc., etc., first thing I did was I went through my stash of scraps. I pulled in a ton of scraps from my stash in bits and pieces, as well as border strips. So you can see I have quite a bit here. I went through my bucket where I keep all my border strips. Sometimes I'll go through if I have a lot of pattern paper or a lot of cardstock scraps and just punch out borders with them. And that's what I did. And there was like a chipboard piece. There's a sticker piece. This is a branding strip from a Felicity Jane piece. So you can see I pulled all of that in. And then the inspiration kit had bows. So I went through my scraps and I got my bow punch out, and I punched out tons of colors that I thought of scraps that I thought would match the inspiration kit, and I didn't put them together. I just punched them out. I'll spend a day or something putting those together before I start working with this kit. But there's all of that. The inspiration kit also had butterflies. And so what I did was, again, I went through and I punched some butterflies in just some simple colors, the teals and the yellows. And then I went through, and then in my, my leftover bin that I have on top of my desk, it had all of these already punched with scrap paper butterflies, and I just pull them in. If I can use some of them, okay. If I can't, okay to that too. Then corners, page corners, or photo corners, I just pulled my punch out and punched a ton of white and some teal and green photo corners. Just for fun. Just to use another punch. The inspiration kit had some mixed media supplies. Not the main kit, but one of the additional kits. So I went through and I pulled out a couple of stencils. This one with the butterflies, and then this one with the geometric shapes. Let me find something to put that up against. Let me flip this over. So you can see the butterflies and then the geometric shapes. So maybe I'll get some use out of these. I don't do messy well. Messy is not my friend, but I'm going to try it. It had some color powders, and so I went through and I pulled in my Color Burst powders, and I'm going to try and use some of these as I go along. It's got all sorts of colors in here. Yeah, so I'm going to give it a shot. We'll see what happens with that. The original kit had some alpha stickers. I pulled these silver stickers, and silver, metallic silver, is going to be my color this time. You know, sometimes you add in some metallic gold. Silver is going to be mine this time. I pulled in this set of Studio Calico Snippets letter stickers. They're flat. I've used this multiple times. I still think I can get a title or two out of it, so I pulled those in. I pulled these deep blue purple glitter chipboard called Macaw thickers, and you can see it has these pops of deep blue, almost purpley blue in the paper pack. Then these pink foam called Alex thickers. Pull those in. Then I pulled in some smaller letter stickers. These are Freckled Fawn, and they have the silver in the background. Two-tone letter tiles with silver letters. These are Snap letters, and there's two little sheets here that I have stapled together. And then these Freckled Fawn yellow puffy sticker letters. I pulled in, because there was multiple embellishment packs, multiple sticker packs, I went through and I added a ton of stuff. I found these tags, and I've had them in a kit before and just never got them used. So I put them back away, and there's 4 tags in here, and I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me get it up closer. There we go. And they're from Pebbles, and they could either be used on cards or layouts. I pulled in this compliments pack from Close to My Heart, and I had 2 of them in here. So what I did was I took all the pieces that were like hanging out. There's white glitter as well as gold glitter. I don't know if I'll use the gold glitter, since I've kind of chosen silver as my glitter or metallic color this time. But these white glitter for sure I'm going to try and get used. But you can see I've used this before. There's some gone on each set. And so I think I've used a lot of the titles and phrases for the white and gold on other layouts, but I still have tons left. So I've added that in. And then I found another complement. Again, I've had 2 pieces of it. Or 2 packages of it, and this is the leftovers. There's some acrylic pieces left in here, and then stickers. You can see I've used this quite a bit on both sets, but I still have like the phrase adventure here, love here, and explore here. So I have some title options with this too, and I love that it has these little bugs. I don't know why. It just makes me happy. I guess because I have a grandson, I had sons, anything that has to do with boys, you know, growing boys and bugs. Well, even my granddaughter, she likes bugs on occasion. But having those, you know, kids just go through those phases where they get into bugs. I pulled in this set of butterflies from Studio Calico. They're Mistables. And there's 2 packs in there. I'll try, maybe when I mix up some of that color powder, I might try and, you know, give these some color. I pulled in a Amy Tangerine embellishment pack. And if there was a title on here, that's the cover of it. I don't see it. Die cut shapes, but it doesn't tell me what collection. It just says Amy Tangerine. Maybe you guys know the collection, but those are all the bits and pieces on the package. And what I did was, this is from 2016, so it's a little bit older. I went through and I stuck them all down on here. I'm channeling some RTS here, and this was to so that it goes into my box and I don't have to worry about the packaging of it. This has acetate pieces as well as journal cards, title pieces, embellishment pieces, and look at that giraffe. It matches the inspiration perfectly. Oh, there's another sheet in here, and that just has a few little pieces on there. So there's that. And then I pulled in a Cheeky Studio Unicorn and Rainbows. And it had some bows to go with it. And of course I put all of those on here. And then these are the little bows that went with it. And so I'm going to try and get some of those used up as well. So then, of course, you know me, that's not enough. I need to add more. I added in some washi tape. I have watercolor, I have red hearts, I have two-tone plaid in blue and green, two-tone plaid in turquoise and beige. I have red dots, I have a floral, I have a green, and this one is just multi. It's like little squares of different phrases and such. I'm going to try and get all of those used at least a little bit. So now I'm at a point where it's time to go through my Freckled Fawn, and I've started putting some of my Felicity Jane and Ellie Studio in with my Freckled Fawn embellishments, because typically those are my newest embellishments where I keep my Freckled Fawn at. And so I went through and I pulled a ton of embellishments from there. I pulled in journal cards, and I've had some of these in other kits before, but I've also used a ton of them, and some of them are double-sided, but the top sides are the ones that I pulled for. And I think you can see when you look at this where the color scheme is going. If I get them used, I do. If I don't, that's okay too. They can go back into my stash. These are ones that I am not going to get rid of. I'm just going to keep on working at it until I get them used, because eventually I will. So I pulled those in. I pulled in enamel dots. I tried to keep everything in order, but you know, that doesn't always work. I had some leftover blue, some leftover green. these pink and red and cream colors, and these hearts. I don't know that I'll use the orange, but the blue and that greenish gold color, and then the yellow, I'll probably get some use out of. So I have those. Rubber pieces and some and metal. I pulled in Flare, a rubber house. That's metal, little paper clips with hearts on them. And this is an acrylic piece with the heart on it. And I had it on a piece of paper in my stash, and so I just peeled it off and stuck it here. I don't know that I'll necessarily use this 2017 because it has those bright colors. I may or I may not. And then all of these cute little ones here. I think that was it as far as, oh, there's another paper clip that says love. So there's those things. And then I went through and I just started pulling in stuff. This is a recent kit with an alphabet, a label sticker, washi strips, and then enamel stickers too, enamel hearts. And so I pulled that in. This set of washi stickers that are Freckled Fawn, there's 2 sets here and 2 sets here, and I've used bits and pieces from both sets, but I'm going to try and get some more use out of them. The colors match really well. Label stickers, and there's 2 in this pack. This one is almost gone, and then there's there's some left on that one. And the silver, more label stickers. Oop, chipboard pieces. More chipboard pieces, and I've had 2 sets of this, but that's what I have left. I have these enamel stickers. They are arrows and triangles in red, white, and yellow. I pulled in these camera acrylic pieces, these rainbow acrylic pieces, these puffy sticker cameras, these acrylic cameras here. And I think that's all of the Freckled Fawn. And then as far as Ellie's Studio goes, I pulled in these puffy stickers. Pulled in these Happiness Found stickers. And then Felicity Jane, these are Henley washi stickers. These are Jenna chipboard hearts. And these have gold. I don't know that I'll use the gold, but I might. Oh, this is a set of transparency die cuts and cloud shapes from Freckled Fawn. They're pretty old, but, you know, I'm going to try and get them used. And then these Felicity Jane Zoe acetate pieces. And I felt like the colors matched well enough. And of course, because I remembered this has some animal theme to it, if you will, and so I went through my stash and my sticker stash. This is a recent purchase that I got at Dollar Tree, and it's metallic foil bugs. There's caterpillars, there's bumblebees, there's ladybugs, and dragonflies. I'm going to try and use those. I found these 2 sets of Jolie's Boutique giraffe, lion, and monkey embellishments. They don't match it 100%, but they still have the same feel. And I've got kids, so those would be great for kids. This set of Creative Imaginations stickers, and it has owls and lions and birds and elephants. This set of Chit Chat stickers from 3 Bugs in a Rug. Again, another old product. But the feel, the color feel is the same. Here's another set of that Creative Imagination. These are textured stickers. They're dimensional. These are boy stickers from Echo Park, from an older line, from 2012. And so I had used quite a few of the stickers before, and that's what I have left. There's still these stars, a star here, 100% boy. That can be cut out along there. That can be cut out. just some additional embellishments, and so I pulled those in. More of those Creative Imagination stickers. I have one dimensional left here, and then several flat stickers here. And then I found this, it's an SEI, really old, or no, sorry, 3 Bugs in a Rug. And I want to say this is probably at least 8 or 9 years old. But again, the bunny, the owl, it has some of the teals, the pinks. If I can use bits and pieces of it, I'm going to try. And then finally, this is the SEI. This is Penelope's Potpourri cardstock tabs. This is probably, gosh, at least probably 10 or 15 years old. But again, it has some of the feel. I've only used one tab off there. So that's it as far as stickers. And then of course I go into my, what I term my leftover bin. And this is what it looks like, and it's deep. When I finish a kit up, I just dump things into here, especially if I've done a lot of stamping of things. And so I put stuff in there. And so I went through and I found some pieces from, oh, I don't remember the collection that came from, but yeah, found that, found some, there's a little label, some bits and pieces that I've stamped, more little labels. Another piece from that first line. These are all some that a friend die cut out and gave to me. There's a shape of Texas. There's a cactus, cameras, Texas shapes, scrapbooking, and happiness is scrapbooking, born to scrapbook, pink glitter flowers, scrapbook queen, life is a story. Life is a story, scrapbook it. All of those in a little chipboard piece. All of those were in a little iris container that she gave me, a 4x5 iris container. These are things that I have stamped and fussy cut out. Just little leaf bundles, but they match the feel. These are all elements that I have cut apart or stamped or fussy cut out. These are ones that I've printed and fussy cut out that I stamped and cut out, was going to use it on a card and never did. These reels that I have stamped and cut out, that's something that I've stamped. These are bits and pieces of cut aparts. That is something I printed onto a scrap. Couple other things I have stamped out and cut out. These are pieces fussy cut from papers that I didn't want to get rid of. These are all things that I have stamped, and they all went with one collection. So everything in here I've stamped and fussy cut or used. I think all of this was fussy cut. I don't think I had the dies at the time. But I added all of that jazz in just to see if I can get some of it used. If not, it'll go back into my stash. I don't have a problem with putting it back in. Everything that I have with this kit are things that I want to keep and want to use up. I bought it because I loved it, and so I want to get it used. And so I'm going to try. I don't perceive myself as getting every single thing used up. But I can tell you, I know me, I'm heavy. I go heavy on embellishments when I'm scrapbooking. And so I plan to utilize a lot of this in my paper crafting with this kit. Whether or not I will get it used up in the month of June, I don't know. I'm planning to go through and cut the cut aparts apart, and then pull in some photos that I think might work, and I want to take it with me. I'm going on a retreat here next week, and I'm going to try and take it with me if I can get the photos pulled for it, and maybe some sketches to go along with it. Anyway, I hope this inspires you. Head over to the Counterfeit Kit Club, Counterfeit Kit Challenge blog, or go to their Facebook group, and you will find other inspiration from other scrapbookers that have put kits together using the same inspiration kit from the Hip Kit line for May 2019. Anyway, you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.